For us, it's hard to judge, because very often we see our brethren only once a week during services, so we don't know how they behave during the week. They might be sincere, or they might just be putting on their Sabbath face. Very pious. Very pious. Oh, look what a devout woman or a devout man. Might be a show. That could be sincere. Let's hope it's sincere. In this same chapter, verse 36, we see an example of what one of those disciples is doing. Good example. Acts 9:36.
Acts 9:36. Sige. Acts 9 verse 36. And in Yapho, there was a certain thought one named Tabitha, which means Dorcas. This woman was filled with good works and kind deeds which she did.
So notice, a true disciple, she was full of good works and of kind deeds. Here it says alms, which she did. So of course it is okay for a true believer to do good works, to give alms, to do kind deeds. Actually, that's what we should be doing. First of all, in our own family, of course. Let's go to 2 Timothy 3, verses 14 and 15.
But you stay in what you have learned and trusted, having known from whom you have learned. 15. And that from babe you have known the set apart Scripture, which are able to make you wise for deliverance through belief in Messiah.
So this verse shows that from earliest childhood on, it is possible to learn the Scriptures. So this is Paul talking about Timothy. So Timothy knew the Scriptures from a very young age. He basically grew up in the truth, knowing the Scriptures and learning the Scriptures. And that's a big, let's say, a big advantage. You know, the children in our congregation should praise Yahweh for being born into a believing family, so that they can learn the truth from an early age. Of course, they will have to make a choice later on, but if they continue in the truth, they will be able to avoid a lot of trials, temptations, difficulties that you might otherwise have to, let's say, to deal with and to overcome. If you do not know the truth, then you can make a lot of errors. So it is a big advantage to grow up in the faith. Of course, we know people of all ages are being called into the truth. Even an 80-year-old person can still be called to the truth. Yahweh knows what he is doing. Another character trait of good true disciples, Acts 21:16. Acts 21:16.
Acts 21 verse 16. And also some of the taught ones from Caesarea went with us, and brought with them one, Mason of Cyprus, an early taught one, with whom we were to lodge.
So, true disciples are hospitable. In this case, they are hospitable for traveling elders, traveling apostles. They were Paul and his company could lodge with this certain nation of Cyprus. So again, a good example to follow as a disciple. Now, an important point I want to make is students can and should become teachers. You know, it's not like one category is the students, the other category are the teachers, and well, they are separated for eternity, so to speak. Eternal students and eternal teachers. That's not what Scripture is teaching.